you're about ready. Okay, so as was mentioned before, my name is Rakaya Boyer. I am reigning Miss World 2013. I'll be heading on to Indonesia this September for the Miss World contest. So yeah, you guys can vote for me. Anyways, outside of that, part of the work that I've been doing is regarding my general platform has been around gender-based violence, which I've been doing work alongside CADVA and bullying, wholesomely bullying, which will be presented with my Beauty with a Purpose charity, which we have presented in Miss World pageant. Now, today we'll be having a very interactive session, and I want all of you to know that you're part of it. So although you might see these occupants here in the chairs, they're occupying the chairs, you guys are just as involved, so I would encourage reactions and you can participate and whatnot. Don't worry, you'll understand where I'm coming from soon. These are some volunteers from our group from CADVA, and they'll be showcasing a short skit for you on bullying. I'll be garnering your responses after the skit, and you'll be able to communicate to me what you understand from what was showcased and so forth. So we're about to commence. There are 2 scenes, and this is the beginning of scene 1. So here goes. Yes.
He's always trying to get me to kiss me. Ew, boy, don't touch me.
I can't take this no more. Every day you follow me and know it. The other day you told me my mother make a monkey.
Yes, it is your fault. You always, you make me and your father break up. It's your fault.
Not again. Why do you always behave this way? Last year your grades were so high. Now it's totally bad.
It's people like you that give this community a bad name. I want to be friends with you out here.
Okay, that was the end of scene 1. Now, we're about to begin scene 2.
Teacher, can I speak with you for a minute? I was walking by and I heard everybody talking to this little boy, and I was about to leave because it's really not my business, right? I don't know him, I'm just doing my thing. I said I wanted to come back because I'm the social worker, counseling, and when I heard the tone that everybody spoke to this little boy, as a teacher, you may want to find out from him if there's something else that he wants to talk about. Maybe he has problems at home. Maybe he's being bullied. Maybe something's wrong. So instead of accusing him without knowing what's going on inside, just looking at him, I would say maybe you want to just call him aside and see if he can open up and talk to you. But thank you for your time.
Thank you. Listen, I don't appreciate you touching me, but we can still be friends, but you will have to behave.
I know you think I may be nerdy, but I study hard because with education anything is possible. If I can do it, so can you.
Darling, sometimes your dad and I fight, and I take all the stress on you. I'm sorry. You are my child and I love you.
I know you may be having troubles at home that cause you to behave this way. I just want to assure you, if you ever need to talk, I'm always here for you.
Boy, you used to hear a lot of things about you, mostly bad, but you've improved, and I'm very proud of you. So, how about you and I go to the park?
Okay, that, ladies and gentlemen, was the end of our little skit that we had for you. Now, a little bit of interaction now. Can you tell me what went on here? Did any of you guys understand the roles that were played here? By raising hands, anyone can go first. Like, anyone want to volunteer? Because I'll pick you out if you don't. Just so you know. Okay. Oh, Pat.
Yeah, I was just thinking that how it is society and school impacts on our students, and actually keeps them in a bind by the negative things that they say and they do. And I was actually trying to find out what is really up as to the reason or cause of the behavior. Basically talk down to kids as though they are a problem as opposed to finding a solution to helping them, which is what was, I believe, what was happening. And as a result, we're keeping him binded in the same behavior we're trying for him not to even have. So,
okay, any other remarks? Anyone else want to contribute as to what they gained from the session? Okay, I'll tell you what I gained, right? I was here standing and I saw a few persons laugh when the young man here that was bullied and called a monkey by this bully here. Some persons laughed about it, right? Now, I mean, it was funny, of course, and I can understand if you guys are the audience, but that's what actually happens in real life, you know. Persons see a situation ongoing and they do nothing about it, like the bystander that we had here. Prior to her coming to the teacher and telling her that, you know, she should be more encouraging to empower the student, she did nothing. She was just looking at the entire situation. And like that, as a community of people, we just stand by sometimes and we see a situation ongoing, and rather than assisting or helping it, we just sit back and relax and think that it's going to help itself, which if that's not the case, we need to have a combined effort in order to eradicate and affect change. So that's what was going on here. So additionally, I want to see if anyone here can identify, apart from the bystander, and well, we know he's the bully that bullied all of these persons, but he's also the victim, because, you know, it takes, he's been affected, so he's not necessarily the bully, and in order for him to be a good bully, he has to be a victim first. So it's a cycle. So is there any other person here that you can identify in terms of their roles? Anyone? Can you tell me who she was? Anyone? Remember her lines? Can you tell me who this is?
She was a classmate.
yeah. Some girl, she was a girl from school.
She was a girl.
Because she was touching constantly, so she was a classmate.
Okay. Okay, what about, what do you think, what do you gain from the relationship shared between
That was
the two? Okay.
And how about
Do you think like these characters, these are everyday characters that we come into contact with, right? And these are the persons that are the primary influences of someone that can, you know, be a bully and a victim, right? Agree? Okay, so how do you feel, like, witnessing it? How do you feel seeing the entire interaction? Go ahead.
It was interesting to see that as the bully, the victim, he was silent. Everybody was dumping on him and he was silent. And many times our children are accused of a lot of things and they don't say anything. They don't say until somebody actually comes and intervenes and say to them, well, okay, like how the teacher said in the last section of the skit, should know that he has problems at home and that kind of stuff. And that would give him an avenue to open up. But a lot of times, nobody may ask a question, and the victim, the bully, will still the same way, not saying anything. So that was one interesting thing.
Okay, I'd like to take the time out to ask Rodney here himself, how did he feel being a part of the activity? Rodney, give me your opinion. Okay, well, what he said is that when he was sitting and being quiet and he realized what everyone was doing to him, he realized that what he was doing was bad and he felt the need to change. So, I mean, he's a bully. I mean, at the end of the day, he's a human being and he has feelings, and he's only reacting to what society has brought onto him. So he's also a victim as well, displaying both sides. Mr. Antisocial that never gets into anything, how did you feel partaking in the skit? This was said earlier, you were like this.
I don't think I felt anything really, but bullying has always been a concern for me because I've seen it constantly